Welcome to the preview of the Cincy All the Way Fantasy League. I'm your host, Chris Holscher. Let's take a look at the upcoming teams this season. Sinister last year, after falling into the playoffs with a 4-game losing streak, ended up picking it up in the playoffs and finished with a 3rd place, giving him the most 3rd place finishes in league history with a total of 3. Sinister's keepers appear to be just fine, with Austin Eckler coming in for a late round draft pick, and he also has a great option with Darren Waller as his tight end keeper. He also had the smallest point total in a single week last year with only 37 points, which is almost double the lowest record of 17 points, which is held by our next team, Titan King. Yes, I know it's hard to believe that any fantasy football team could only put up 17 points in a single week, but Titan King made it happen. Now, Titan King is no pushover team, with only missing the playoffs the past 4 years by 1.5 games each season. He has the selection of keepers of Julio Jones, Kenny Drake, and Dalvin Cook, with all being great first and second round talent. Titan King has only won 1 total playoff game in his history in being in the league, and he looks to increase that number this season. Undermoney. Now, let's talk about the man who offers the most trades to everyone. There was actually a league vote to see if we could change his name to the Garbage Man. The Garbage Man can. Due to his unrealistic trades he would send. Undermoney did send some really good trades last year to several teams and able to make a ton of moves to put himself in a great spot for this year's draft, giving him some great keeper selections of A.J. Brown, James Conner, and Alvin Kamara. He is also looking for his first playoff win since joining the league in 2017. It's going to be interesting to see what he does with the 4th overall pick in this year's draft. Champs here also came into the league in 2017, just like Undermoney, but he came out swinging with a playoff appearance in year 1, but he hasn't been back since. The past 2 years have been rough for Champs here, with coming in second to last place in 2018 and then downgrading to last place in 2019. Champs here was actually the favorite going into the draft last year, with him having Elliott on the draft board and his keeper being Joe Mixon and Le'Veon Bell. Even one of the other league members was like, hey, we might as well go ahead and give Champs here the trophy now. Champs here had some terrible luck when it came to the rest of his draft picks, with almost every one of them becoming a bust. T.Y. Hilton, Bell, Fitzgerald, Baker Mayfield, Alshon Jeffrey. He loses out on keeping Joe Mixon this year due to his keeper eligibility expiring. But he does have Zeke locked in as his keeper, and he has a great option of Kyler Murray in the 9th round. Also, Champs here needs to get some moves during the season. He only had a total of 9, which is less moves than another team manager whose slogan is sit and wait patiently. Sko Money, Sko Problems. After his promising 2017 season of making it to the title game and falling short getting 2nd place, Sko Money hasn't had much luck getting back to the promised land, with just barely missing the playoffs in 2018 and being knocked out the 1st round in 2019. Sko Money does have the record for lowest points scored throughout an entire season at 75 points per game, but he does have a championship belt under his name, and he's been sitting and waiting patiently for the past decade to get his 2nd title. Stick Up Kid won the Fantasy League Championship last year, giving him the most title wins in our league with a total of 4. Now, if you looked at his draft results, you wouldn't think that his team would have gotten to the playoffs, with 4 of his first 5 picks being busts: David Johnson, Brandon Cooks, Josh Gordon, and O.J. Howard. His late round picks of Hollywood Brown, Lamar Jackson, Chris Carson, and keeper Alvin Kamara gave him the pieces he needed to win the title, along with some key trades. Does Stick Up Kid get his 5th title this season? Or do we pick the field of the other 6 teams in the league that have 0 titles total? The Italian Stallion comes into this year being the bipolar wildcard. With 3 league titles under his belt, he also has the record for the most losses in a single season with 12. It's like they mixed up the Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers into one team. This year doesn't seem to be like it's going to be a dud year for Italian Stallion, with having 3 great keepers to choose from Mark Andrews, Derrick Henry, and Devontae Adams. It looks like Italian Stallion might be pushing for a league tying 4 titles. And now, we're on to Slumdog. Wait a minute, what is this?
That star's paying off. You gotta be kidding me! Big Daddy Cool Diesel! What? Diesel's back! Diesel's here!
Slumdog is out, and we have Boogie Edge entering the arena. Boogie Edge has 7 years of fantasy football experience and finally has come to play with the big boys. Hopefully, Boogie Edge doesn't run around stealing everyone's draft picks just like he steals all the good guns in Warzone and Borderlands. That freaking jerk. Headhunters made his first championship game in 2018, but fell short and got second place. After taking the 2018 loss pretty hard, he never got it going in 2019 by missing the playoffs by 2 games. This year, he is coming out of the draft with one of the best running backs with Barkley, and he has a few other options for his keeper being Juju or Galladay. Will he be the headhunter in 2020, or will he end up being the hunted? Smash and Dash has 3 titles to his name, and last year he broke the single week point total at 198 points. He was crushing it during the season, but fell short in the semifinals. He is losing out on CMC this year with his keeper eligibility expiring, but he has some great choices at keepers with Tyreek Hill, Cooper Kupp, Nick Chubb, and DJ Chark. Smash and Dash has finished 4th place or better in the past 4 years. Now, does he repeat that for the 5th year in a row, or does he take the title in 2020? Enduring Fate used to be the big bad wolf, being the first person to win 2 titles in the league. Ever since then, he hasn't won the championship game with 3 second place finishes. He is the crusher of most teams. Stupid 2017 when he kicked me out of the playoffs. He has some great keeper picks of Ertz, Kittles, Godwin, and Sutton. Will Enduring Fate be able to control his fate in 2020 for a chance to win it all? Dutcher Raider, who is yours truly, has the most second place finishes in league history with a total of 4, for a 1-4 record in the finals. I really should change my name to Dutcher Bills with all the second place finishes I keep getting. I have by far the best keeper selection going into 2020 of Hopkins, Josh Jacobs, Miles Sanders, Mahomes, and Aaron Jones. I'm going to finish this year with 2 goals: to get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube and to win that sweet fantasy football championship. You guys, that's it for the video. If you liked it, please hit that like button down below, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next huddle. Ready, break!